All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video, and this is my Super Bowl 57 post game recap. The NFL should be ashamed of themselves. A bullcrap penalty stole the Super Bowl from the Philadelphia Eagles. Literally stole the Super Bowl from the Philadelphia Eagles on a play that was barely touched. The player was barely touched and the ball was overthrown. He never had a chance at it. And they call that a holding? Bull crap. That wasn't holding. He barely had his hand on him. How is that a hold? These referees in the NFL, if I was the Philadelphia Eagles, I'd be in Roger Goodell's office tomorrow telling them they need to start from that point and replay this because make it 35-35 with the time that was left, fourth quarter, because that wasn't a hold. The ball was way overthrown, about 10, 15 yards overthrown, and he never had a chance at the ball, and they call that a hold. He wasn't going to catch it. And the guy just had his hand on it. He didn't even hold it. He didn't grab jersey, nothing. He just put his hand on him. That's not holding. He didn't stop him from running. He didn't stop him from catching the ball. A ball that was never catchable in the first place. You know, I guess the Kansas City Chiefs are the new New England Patriots getting the calls that and you can't touch Mahomes anymore. Because if you do, it's a penalty, just like with Brady. If you touch Brady, it's an automatic penalty. Automatic. You can't sack him. Automatic flag. Now Mahomes, you can't do nothing. It's an automatic flag. You can't touch a Chief. It's an automatic flag. But when they were doing it to Philadelphia, the referees just, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. Like, what the hell? Welcome to Bills fans world, Philadelphia. Tom Brady has been getting calls for 20 years plus, and now Patrick Mahomes is getting the calls that Tom Brady was. You can't touch him. You can't touch his players, but they're allowed to tackle you. But you cannot touch them, or it's an automatic flag. Automatic. Where in the rule book does it say you can't put your hand on a player? It doesn't. There's no rule saying you can't put your hand on a player. They had a bet that the Chiefs were supposed to win this game, and they wanted to make sure that they won that bet. And if I was the Philadelphia Eagles, I'd be in that office tomorrow morning. Or actually, I'd be waking Roger Goodell up out of bed right now. Or if he's at the game, I'd be going through that crowd, finding him, and telling him we're not leaving this field until you review that and admit that that wasn't a hold, and then put us back on the field 35-35 with the time that was remaining, fourth down, and start it from there, because Philadelphia would have had more time on the clock to go down and score like they have been all game. You know, you can't let a referee dictate the outcome of a football game. You know, that's not right. That's not right. And the Eagles had a 24-14 halftime lead, and the referees just stopped their momentum. Everything they did in the second half, they were getting flagged for. You know, that's just wrong. And even everybody on social media and stuff saying that the NFL is rigged, it's fixed. And I'm beginning to think it is. So let's recap this. Let's recap this. Okay. Patrick Mahomes was 21 of 27 for 182 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Isaiah Pacheco had 15 carries for 76 yards and a touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, 6 carries, 44 yards. Jerick McKinnon, 4 carries, 34 yards. Sky Moore, 1 carry, 4 yards. Receiving, Travis Kelce, 6 receptions, 81 yards and a touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 7 receptions, 53 yards. Justin Watson, 2 receptions, 18 yards. Jerick McKinnon, 3 receptions, 15 yards. Noah Gray, 1 reception, 6 yards. Kadarius Toney, 1 reception, 5 yards and a touchdown. Sky Moore, 1 reception, 4 yards and a touchdown. That no holding that they got called for. That was the outcome right there. The refs stole this Super Bowl from the Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 27 of 38 for 304 yards, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Rushing, Jalen Hurts, 15 carries, 70 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He had 3 rushing touchdowns and 1 passing touchdown. Kenneth Gainwell, 7 carries, 21 yards. Miles Sanders, 7 carries, 16 yards. Boston Scott, 3 carries, 8 yards. Receiving, Devontae Smith, 7 receptions, 100 yards. A.J. Brown, 6 receptions, 96 yards and a touchdown. Dallas Goedert, 6 receptions, 60 yards. Kenneth Gainwell, 4 receptions, 20 yards. Zach Pascal, 2 receptions, 11 yards. Boston Scott, 1 reception, 9 yards. Quez Watkins, 1 reception, 8 yards. It was a good game, but that holding call that decided the outcome of this football game, that wasn't a hold. He just had his hand on him, and there's nowhere in the NFL rulebook, and you can go through the NFL rulebook and look. Does it say you can't put your hand on a player, because you got to be able to tackle him. You got to put your hands on him to tackle him. And if you're going to call that particular touch right there a hold, then you got to call every tackle a hold. Every tackle has to be a hold, because to tackle him, you put your arms around him and hold him to take him down, right? That's a hold. That is a hold. That's a penalty. So, if you're going to call that, you got to call it on every single tackle, especially when you put your arms around him to tackle him. That's a hold. You're holding him. That's just plain and simple. When you put your arms around him to take him down, that's a hold. That you got to call every single tackle and make the game 21 hours because of the penalties. But even some of the experts I've seen on Twitter say that was not a hold, that the referees blatantly took this away from the Philadelphia Eagles. And they're 100% correct, And if I was the Eagles, I wouldn't shake their hands, because they didn't win. The Chiefs didn't win. The refs did. So, congratulations to both teams for being in the Super Bowl. And the refs wanted Andy Reid to get another Super Bowl, so he could possibly retire, I guess. And that's that. I mean, when you got even experts saying that was a blatant call, then there's something wrong, because they're experts. I mean, they know, they know. So, guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a video. It was a good game otherwise. It sucks too, but congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs on winning Super Bowl 57. Time to follow the USFL, XFL, and Arena Football. Next Saturday, go Guardians. Let's beat the Houston Roughnecks. And for the NFL, until draft and free agency, go Bills, screw the rest. Go Bills, go Guardians. Let's go Guardians next week. and beat the Houston Roughnecks.